Alright, so I was waiting around all afternoon for the postman to show up because I didn't want to come back and get my package. But as I was complaining to walk out the door, he literally showed up. So my intercooler came in with all the piping and stuff, so now I can finally get my car back together. So I guess let's send it to the shop. So I just got to the shop, so now it's time to unbox my intercooler kit. So this is the PBM mid-mount intercooler kit that I've been talking about. Right here, I think it's just the piping. The intercooler is definitely in that box. So let's see what they got. Alright, so this is all the piping and couplers that the kit needs. It's nice because it only uses 2 pipes and 4 couplers total, so there's way less room for boost leaks. Now, I honestly thought these pipes were going to be rose gold, because like everything PBM makes is like gold. It's just like their signature, and the pictures on the website look like they're gold, but I guess it's just the lighting. Kind of disappointed. I was like actually excited for that, but the silver will look fine. And besides that, honestly, not very impressed with the quality of the piping. It kind of feels like eBay piping, and whatever. Still a cool kit. Alright, but luckily the intercooler, the most important piece obviously, is actually really good quality. I'm very impressed with this, so I'm happy this is nice. You can tell it's made from nice aluminum. It's a good, nice, thick core, and I'm really impressed with this. Let's get to work. So the whole Sylvia front end basically comes off, or at least all the lights come off with like 8 bolts, so it takes like a second to do, but I guess now I gotta mock this up. The little inlets and outlets are gonna hit right here, so unfortunately I do have to cut my radiator support. Not a big deal. It's worth it. So now I gotta see how much I gotta cut out and how I'm gonna cut it out. It looks so naked. You honestly don't have to take all this off, but it's gonna make my life a lot easier and I can make it a lot cleaner, so. All right, so this is essentially how it's gonna sit. Obviously spun around. I just obviously wouldn't fit right now with those. So a lot of guys, what they do is you're supposed to actually cut this piece out right here. So this actually sits all the way up in it, but I don't really feel like cutting my radiator support because it's in really good condition for once, unlike most 240s. So I'm gonna try and mount it where it is. I've seen a few guys do it, and it seems like it'll work perfectly fine, so I'm gonna do that. Now what I have to do is I have to mark holes here for where to cut, and then start cutting. All right, so I cut out the little slots for it. I wish I could have did like a hole saw, just nice and round, but all I had was a sawzall and a flapper wheel, so thank you, Drew. Looks good enough. So I think I cut like the perfect amount on both sides. I'm pretty excited for my first cut. I'm gonna have to trim a little bit up here and knock this little lip down for it to sit completely flush, but I'm stoked where I put it. I guess like, it seems like the pipe is gonna line up really well without having to put it up any higher, because usually people put it up an inch higher. Again, they, like I said, cut the top of the radiator support, but I didn't have to. If you look at the piping, like it lines up pretty mint, so I guess you don't have to cut the radiator support. Hey. Alright, so it's fully mounted up. This thing is not going anywhere. It's not perfectly centered. It's like a 1/4 inch on the driver's side, but I think it's pretty level. So I'm happy. What do you think, DJ?
I think it's torch.
Torch. I am gonna miss the whole big front mount look though, with the front end on, or with the bumper off, but I'll sacrifice it.
It's so crazy how much little piping you have.
Alright, I'm gonna throw the piping on now, and I'm excited for you guys to see. So this was miserable to put in with the intercooler in, because you don't have much room to slip the couplers in, but that's all mocked up, and I kind of realized that I do need a bung now welded into this for my intake air temperature sensor that I have to go get. So I have to take it back off, but you can get a better idea of how little piping there is by just looking at it right now. Alright, so unfortunately, it's not gonna work with my new turbo. It's kind of meant for a stock turbo setup, the piping, so I'd either need like, I would need almost like a 90 to 90 again to make it work. So I'm gonna mod this piping. I'm gonna add this piece to it that I got from Drew off one of his old kits. Just chop this about here and weld this right there, and it should be enough. Alright, this piece is actually gonna work perfect. If I can line it up by hand. So let's go see if Justin can weld it. All right, so I just got back from Justin's shop and he welded this up for me. It came out gorgeous. Justin, you do so much for me, and I hope you know I really, really appreciate it. The dude always has my back, so car is gonna be together very soon. Look at them dimes, DJ.
Oh man.
So this is perfect. It was a really quick fix. Drew just happened to have like the perfect size piece of pipe for me, and it actually worked out really, really well. So I'm gonna go clean this up now, polish it so it matches the rest, and throw it in. My quick half-ass polish actually looks pretty good, so that was a success. But thank you once again, Justin, if you're watching. You're the man. Morphos Performance. I gotta get his business card so you guys can see it, but he hooks it heavy every time, and he made it possible today. All right, she's in. The piping is all done, and as you can see, there's literally like 3 feet total of it. What do you guys think?
I think it's fresh. Hit. Zero boost lag.
Eddie, what do you think?
I'm pretty disappointed, man. I thought you were gonna go timeout.
I hate you. All right, mid mount. I said top mount in the video. I am so sorry, guys. I meant mid mount. It's mounted in the middle.
High mount.
Is it high mount, mid mount? It's the same thing.
They tore us apart for that last video.
It's high mount?
That's the comments. The comments.
Okay, well, I'm pretty sure PBM has it as mid mount. So it's high in the middle.
It's high because it's not mids. Hey, you feel me? You feel me?
All right, now I gotta put my front end back together. Fun stuff. But DJ is actually putting on my old intercooler kit, because his old intercooler kit, if you guys remember, was made of what, 7 different pieces, if not like 9 or 10 at least.
It was bad.
It was bad. So we were endlessly chasing boost leaks. So I think DJ is gonna do a lot better with mine, since I think it's only a whole what, 4 pieces. So
4, yeah.
not bad.
Compared to that pile over there, plus that.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Gross. Alright, let's run to advance before it closes. Alright, Ryan just brought one of his bikes down, and Ryan, how many shades of red are on this thing?
50 shades.
50 shades. Oh my. Alright, so DJ's over there cutting more room in his tub so he could get the piping through, because it's bigger than the piping he had now. And I actually had to cut a little chunk out of my Sylvia bracket. Didn't really lose any integrity to, which I'm kind of impressed because it's so flimsy to begin with. Because it was hitting my intercooler. So we should be all set now. So keep going. So I got the Sylvia lights back in, and I think I actually mounted them better than before, which is good. So everything's all straight now. I just gotta throw my Street Faction bash bar back on, and we should be all set. I definitely gonna miss that whole front mount look, because it does look really aggressive and cool, but this will keep the car a little bit more low key to the cops and give me an excuse to run the bumper. So, and now I won't duff my intercooler from being too low. Now I really want to make a duct that kind of goes scoops up so I get more airflow to it. I guess we'll take another trip to Logan Steel and see what we can make. How's this going, DJ?
Good. Had to cut a lot more out. I believe there was 2.5.
Oh wow. Alright, so I am all back together. It looks so naked without the front mount on. It kind of looks weird. Looks like I'm gonna have to run my front bumper. I wish I did run this turbo on my other intercooler so I could see the difference, but I guess we'll have to find out. So a lot of people probably are commenting or gonna think about heat soak in terms of off the radiator and stuff like that. So I do plan to make a duct in my bumper. A duct in my bumper to divert airflow to the radiator more, or to the intercooler more. But for now, I'm going to be running an intake air temp sensor, so I'm very curious to see the readings, to see how it does compare in terms of if they're heat soaked, if it's heat soaked air or not. So I guess we'll have to find out. But I'm excited. DJ's putting in the final touches to putting this thing up. His intake doesn't want to align as properly as it did before, so we're just kind of trying to rig it for now. But that's it. So I just did a rough measurement on how much piping there is on the Gritty kit versus the PBM kit, and the Gritty kit measures out to be about 7.6 feet of piping, when the PBM kit measures out to be about 3.25 feet of piping, and they're roughly about the same size piping for the most part. So about half, it's about half the length of piping as the typical front mount setup. So I know the intercoolers are different sizes, so there's obviously volume within that system too, but We're gonna assume they're roughly around the same size. Though the Greddy one is taller, the PBM one is thicker, so it kind of balances itself out. So not bad. Front mount is on and good. His car still runs a little rough. We still got to figure it out. I don't think we really sat down and diagnosed his car ever since he had it. He's just been driving it. It drives fine, like anything over like 1500 RPMs, but idling it does not like to idle. So we still need to go through the car a little bit. We just got to take a day and do it, but I mean it drives fine once it's going. So we'll see. Plus, you know, we really need to hook up his AVAR gauge because as of right now, we really don't know what it's throwing for our air fuel ratios, which is like not the best thing in the world, but we'll get it done. I mean, it's definitely running rich, which is safe, I guess, in comparative to lean, so. So I'm super excited how the intercooler kit came out. I really can't wait to see how it performs. We had a little hiccup with the piping, but Justin was able to weld it up for me and save the day, so we should be all set with that. But that's all I really wanted to get done today, and I managed to do so. So I'm happy. DJ threw my old intercooler kit on, and Drew is redoing his tubs. I guess he just wasn't happy with how they came out. But that's just the update. So tomorrow I'm hoping to get the bung weld on my cold side for my intake air temperature sensor, and then Justin should be able to finish the tune on my car, and we should be all set. I'm super excited to drive the thing. It's been sitting for a really long time, and I'm just itching for seat time. So everyone just head out. So I'm gonna clean the shop and then head home and start editing. So I will see you guys tomorrow. So like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more content. So have a good night, guys.